Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel again. So guys, in this part, we're going to be learning that what is a pick and a pick branch activity in UiPath and how we can use this to create a very robust automation in UiPath. Let's get started. Okay. So in this, we're going to be learning that how we can implement the find element activity or the check abstract activity to locate and interact with specific elements within an application or web page. Use the pick branch activity to create branching logic in workflows based on specific conditions. ठीक है, मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि pick branch क्या करती है and pick activity क्या करती है. Let's quickly read it. Okay, the pick activity is like having someone who can keep an eye on multiple things at once and knows how and what to do when something happens. It tracks different events or conditions happening simultaneously and determines the appropriate action based on the first event that occurs. Right? Pick branch activity is like a group of tasks connected to the specific thing watched. When that thing happens or changes, the tasks in that group are executed. These activities help in efficiently managing and responding to different situations, making sure the right actions are taken at the right time. So guys, pick activity and pick branch activity are to be used in conjunction. You can say the pick activity is type of a container and the pick branch activity is the enabler or the executor which will be handling inside the pick activity. Let's see it in action. Okay, इसको हम देखते हैं in UiPath Studio. So let's quickly create a process over here. So we are at chapter 38. Let's say pick branch M. We create it. Okay, so we are at UiPath Studio guys and हमारे पास ये condition है यहाँ पे that we have to check inside the active website. Okay, what we need to do, we need to check inside the active website कि यहाँ पे क्या है. First page is login. We are at login page. If we are at login page, so we have to do a certain action. If we are at the logged in page, means we are at the dashboard page, we need to do a certain action, something like that. So how we can use it in conjunction with the pick activity. Let's see in action, guys. Okay. Here I'll be using pick. Okay, so we have a pick activity over here. As I said, that this is a type of container, right? अगर आप इस पे क्लिक करेंगे तो यहाँ पे आपको प्रॉपर्टीज नहीं मिलेंगी बिकॉज ये क्या है, ये सिर्फ एक कंटेनर है. ठीक है, इसके अंदर हमें एक्टिविटीज ऐड करनी है. आई विल जस्ट राइट पिक, सॉरी पिक इज देयर, आई राइट पिक ब्रांच and I will like this. Now let's try to understand that what is this? What is this trigger and what is this action over doing? Action, you guys must be knowing as the name suggests. Action means it will be doing something. Right? If I'll be letting anything inside of this part, it will be executed on basis of this part. Trigger. आप लोगों ने सुना होगा कि when we fire a gun, for example, right? So we are pressing a trigger in that to fire a gun. When the trigger is pressed, the bullet is coming out of the gun. Obviously, so this is a type of a bullet. Action क्या हो रहा है? The bullet is coming out, and when it is coming out, when the trigger has been pressed. Very simple example, guys. बहुत ही simple तरीके में मैंने आपको बता दी. What is a trigger and what is an action? Okay. Trigger is any activity which will be triggering that action to go, okay, or start. And action will be the action taken when the trigger has been pushed or trigger has been enabled. Okay, got it? So guys, यहाँ पे trigger क्या हो सकता है हमारे लिए? If you have to check that whether our login is there or not, so what we can do, we can quickly use a check app state activity. check app activity inside of the trigger, and I will be on this part. एंड हम लोग क्या यहाँ पे चेक करेंगे कि हमें पता चलेगा कि हम लोग लॉगिन पेज में हैं. वी विल बी चेकिंग द लॉगिन पार्ट, द लॉगिन नेम. ठीक है, एंड प्रेस एंटर. So we are here, and when the target appears or when the trigger is happening over there, when it found this part, so what I can do, I can just write a log message over here. मैं log message यहाँ पे लिखूंगा. I'll say login found, something like, or I can say login text found. ठीक है. When the login text has been found, so the action would be what? Action will be what we can do. We can use application and a browser activity over here. वैसे गाइस टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक ना, हमें ये एक्टिविटी यहाँ ऊपर यूज करनी चाहिए, बिकॉज सी ये क्या करेगा, ये आ, इसको सर्च करेगा पहले, राइट. बट लेट्स ट्राई इट एज एन एक्सपेरिमेंट. I'll click on here like this. So it's here. I'll inside type 2. Okay. This we have done several times. I don't think so that आप लोगों को अब कोई दिक्कत परेशानी होगी इस पार्ट में. ठीक है. So let's see this part, and yeah, we have to get the credentials as well. Okay. तो credentials हम लोग यहाँ पे काम करते हैं, ऊपर पिक करवा लेते हैं. Get credentials, right? So orchestrator folder is dev j cred. So I'll be using a str underscore username. And the password will be sec because it's a secure variable. Secure password. Okay, and now to change its scope, it's inside the main scope. Okay, now just give str username, and we'll be using another type into activity over here. Enable this automatic selector anchor secure part. Let's give sec password, and let's click use a click activity to press the login button. Okay, so I hope that this is but very clear that if this part is here, like for example, let's quickly delete this part. I just want to check it. If it found the login part, the login text over here, so what it will be actioning this part. It will be executing this action. This action is what? Just to log in inside the Acme website. Okay. So let's quickly run it. But for this to be found, it we have to open it. So I guess yes, we will have to first use the news application browser activity, and then it will be using pick. So see, without this, we won't be opening it, right? This will be like it. The target won't be appearing over there, obviously, right? तो वो आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा उसके. देखिए वहां पे बंद हो गया अपने आप. So what we can do, we can just use application browser activity. Okay. Don't want this. Just get this part. this part, like this. I have already told you that what is this? This is a wildcard. Okay. Now I'll be using my pick branch inside of this part. It may have a if it is it found this part, so we don't need it to open again. Obviously, never again. And let's try to execute it now. Let's see that what output it is giving us this time. Okay. Guys, I am trying to solve your problem regarding the pick branch activity. Okay. Oh, sorry. Um, this part is wrong. As you see that it found the login part and it did what? It went inside of this part and then it used the action to execute the action, and the action was what to just simply log in inside the admin site. Now, wait, this is a scenario number one. Okay, this was what a scenario number one. This was first scenario. There can be other scenario as well. You can rename it. Yes, log in. Log in, right? If it won't be logging in, see if it isn't logged in, what uh, it will be finding this part login, and if it did successfully, you can see the this log message also here, logged in text found, and then it quickly executed to action पार्टी उसने वो एक्शन एग्जीक्यूट किया उस ट्रिगर के बेसिस पे वो ट्रिगर क्या था वो हमारा चेक ऐप सेट एक्टिविटी था उसके अंदर मैंने रखा था कि अगर लॉगिन मुझे मिलता है बस उसके बाद हम यहाँ पे ये एक्शन करें एक्शन वाज व्हाट टू लॉग इन ठीक है यहाँ पे मैंने इसको नाम दिया इफ नॉट लॉग्ड इन यहाँ पे एंड लॉगिंग इन लिख दो यहाँ पे I'll be writing logging in as well. Then okay, now let's quickly add another big branch over here. एक और branch. ठीक है अब इसके अंदर क्या होगा इसके अंदर ट्रिगर क्या होगा अगर मेरा वो लॉगिन है तो ऑब्वियसली डैशबोर्ड दिखेगा मुझे ठीक है सो आई विल बी यूजिंग अ check state again for this one. I'll be highlighting this dashboard this time. Okay. वाई डैशबोर्ड बिकॉज जब हम लॉगिन कर जाएंगे तो ऑब्वियसली हमें लॉगिन के मतलब डैशबोर्ड वहां पे दिखेगा राइट तो व्हेन इट विल बी उसको यहाँ पे क्या है उसको यहाँ पे डैशबोर्ड दिखता है अगर उसको यहाँ पे डैशबोर्ड दिखता है तो I hope that you guys have a very crystal clear understanding till here that what we are doing in pick branch ठीक है पिक ब्रांच में यहाँ मैं आपको एक बार स्टार्टिंग से बताया था यहाँ पे क्या है हमने यहाँ पे पहले एक यूज एप्लीकेशन ब्राउजर को यूज किया है ठीक है उसके अंदर वी हैव यूज्ड अ पिक एक्टिविटी व्हिच इज नथिंग बट अ टाइप ऑफ अ कंटेनर okay the container in which it will be enclosing the pick branches activity different branches will be there inside of that branch there are two parts trigger and an action trigger I have already told you it is you can say in a very layman language जैसे हम गोली का trigger दबाते हैं okay? We are pressing a trigger of a gun and the bullet is coming out of the gun within a split second ठीक है तो that will be happening over here as well in the terms of UiPath Studio what it will be happening when the trigger will be triggered When, for example, in this case, when the dashboard or the login part will be found, the respective automations will be triggering or will and the action on that will be performing whatever the action or what there is. ठीक है, तो अगर वो लॉगिन नहीं है तो वो लॉगिन कर देगा. अगर यहाँ पे उसको डैशबोर्ड मिला है, ब्रांचेस को हटाए तो, so if the target appears over here, I'll just say, what I can do, I can just remove this like this. हम ब्रांचेस को टॉगल कर देते हैं. And what I can do, I can just use a log message over here. Log message over here. Okay. Dashboard. Okay, at the dashboard means it is already logged in. And I'll just quickly rename my this big branch. If already logged in. अगर पहले से ही वहां पे लॉग्ड इन है तो ये होगा. अगर नहीं है लॉग्ड इन तो ये. इसमें हमें क्या है, इतना कंफ्यूज होने की जरूरत नहीं है ये क्या हो रहा है, राइट. So what we can do, we can just test the code now. Let's try to run it. And let's see that what happens. So it has opened the logged in part. उसको login मिला तो उसने login कर दिया, ठीक है. And it did not close it, right. Login हो गया. अब मैं इसको दोबारा से रन कर रहा हूँ. I will be running it again and let's see what happens. Now अब यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, यहाँ पे मैं आंसर देखता हूँ आउटपुट पे. It is saying at the dashboard. यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, I'll just expand it, expand all and then एक काम करते हैं, remove this as well. It should be like this, right? More cleanup. क्योंकि हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, हम लोग यहाँ पे लॉगिन तो करा ही नहीं है उसको. यहाँ पे मैं एक लॉग मैसेज डाल देता हूँ, लॉग मैसेज. बैड लॉग फुल, ठीक है. क्या है नाउ, क्लोज दिस. मैं इसको अब अगर रन करता हूँ तो ऑब्वियसली इट विल बी ओपनिंग ऑन द पेज. जो मेरा पेज खुलेगा वो आपका कहाँ पे होगा, पहले साइट खुली हुई है वहां पे ऑब्वियसली. ये यहाँ पे साइट खुली हुई है. So it didn't went on this part. See, let's see at the output at the dashboard, and it didn't went on this part. It went to this part. See, उसने क्या किया, उसने यहाँ पे ये पार्ट चेक किया है पहले, right? It opened this part. See, I'll again show you in a very slow manner. कि आपको समझ में आए. See, the main thing is clarity. Okay? ये यहाँ पे गया है, ठीक है. इट चेक द डैशबोर्ड, डैशबोर्ड वहां पे हुआ है. एंड यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, इसने लॉगिन भी चेक किया है, राइट. बट द मेन थिंग इज कि उसको वो चीज वहां पे नहीं मिली. वो चीज क्या है, उसको वहां पे नहीं मिली तो इट वेंट टू दिस पार्ट, बिकॉज उसको ये चीज यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी मिल गई थी. सो इट पिक्ड दिस ब्रांच. ओके, इट पिक्ड दिस ब्रांच. ऐसा नहीं कि ये यहाँ भी गया यहाँ पे. इट इट ट्राइड बोथ द ट्रिगर्स, बट इट पिक्ड दिस पार्ट क्योंकि इसको ये पार्ट मिला है ना डैशबोर्ड यहाँ पे. सी, यू गाइस कैन सी. ठीक है, अब यही पार्ट अगर मैं इसको लॉग आउट कर देता हूँ यहाँ पे, and if then I will be running my automation, see where it is going now. Went here, ठीक है. It went here as well. तो उसको अब क्या है, इस बार ये मिला है ये वाला पार्ट, क्योंकि यहाँ पे क्या है, लॉगिन हमें उसको लॉगिन मिल चुका है. It didn't find the dashboard over here, so it found the login, so it did its login part, and here we are again in the login. ठीक है, तो इट इज अ टाइप ऑफ अ कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट. ऑल्सो कंडीशनल स्टेटमेंट भी कह सकते हो क्या, हम यहाँ पे ट्रिगर पे कुछ भी लगा सकते हैं. वी कैन ऑल्सो You can also, invoke other workflows also over here in the conditional statements. So I hope guys that आप लोगों को समझ में आया होगा that what is a pick and a pick branch activity. I did it with a very simple example. ठीक है, मेरे पास और कोई conditional statement मुझे मिले नहीं, so I tried the ACME demo. We can also have another statements also over here that अगर यहाँ पे और कुछ हम complex statement डालना चाहते हैं तो वो भी इसके अंदर आप डाल सकते हो in another branch. आप एक ब्रांच के अंदर वर्कफ्लोज को भी इन्वोक कर सकते हो, बहुत सारी जो भी चीज सीक्वेंस पे कर सकते हो वो आप ब्रांचेस के अंदर कर सकते हो. यू हैव दिस मच ऑफ feasibility. ठीक है, let's quickly read in academy that what else is going on in the pick activity at the pick branch. So it's saying that it is allowing you to monitor multiple input sources definitely and execute the appropriate branch or activities based on the first available input. जो उसको पहले available मिलेगा वो उसको execute करेगा. ठीक है, the main component of a pick activity is the pick branch activity. Okay, pick branch represents a specific branch of the or path of activity में pick activity. ठीक है, एक pick activity या मैंने आपको समझा दिया है. The main component ये मैंने आपको बताया, triggers and actions are there. Triggers and conditions or events that determine when the plan should be executed. They can be created using variables expression or invoking other workflows. देखिए मैंने कहा था ना आपसे कि हम उसमें workflows को भी invoke कर सकते हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि हम नहीं कर सकते. We can invoke the workflows as well over there. Actions are the activities or tasks that are performed when trigger condition is met. जब गोली का बटन दबेगा तब बंदूक निकलेगी, तो सॉरी बंदूक निकलेगी, उल्टा बोल दिया मैंने. जब बंदूक का बटन दबेगा तब गोली निकलेगी. बंदूक का बटन यहाँ पे ट्रिगर है, ऑब्वियसली गोली निकलना एक्शन है, तो आई होप रिलेट कर लिया होगा. ठीक है, we can have multiple branches inside the pick activity. Each branch can have its own trigger and a set of actions to be executed. Means we can have plethora of set actions inside the actions branch. Now, let's quickly see a problem statement about quick branch activity, which can be asked in the interview as well. If the following two statements are true about the pick branch activity in UiPath, so it is just asking us true and false regarding the pick branch activity. Let's read. The pick branch activity is used to determine the state of an application or a window. No, that is being done by checkout state. The pick branch activity allows you to monitor multiple input sources simultaneously. Okay, and execute the appropriate branch of activities based on the first available input. Yes, we just studied about this. Pick branch activity is used to define a set of activities that will be executed when a specific condition or event occurs. The pick branch activity is used to monitor the user interface for specific elements or images and trigger the workflow when they are selected. Uh, Detected. Okay. Triggered the workflow. I think the third part should be there because it is saying that big branch activity is used to define a set of activity. Yes, then will be executed when executed when a specific condition or event occurs. Yes, so I think the two parts uh, are there. Like submit, and we are right. So guys, this was it for the pick and the pick branch activity. Okay. So you guys can also watch this UiPath Academy video over here. ठीक है, उन्होंने भी यही बता रखा है जो हमने यहाँ पे बताया. Because see, I was not getting any other type of scenario or use case of the pick branch, so I used the Academy demo also only. Okay, so yeah, so it doesn't have any properties. it just a type of container है जो एक condition के ऊपर execute होगा पूरा का पूरा container. Next, we will be doing a practice set. Excuse me. We will be doing a practice set on check app state and verify execution also. Okay, it will be a typical one. I don't think so. Okay, देखते हैं, let's see. So in this, the next part, we'll be doing this problem set. उसके बाद we'll be doing parallel activity and a question set. Then this synchronization study will be complete. Okay. So guys, this was it for this video. And if you like the content, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I just want that all the knowledge that I have in UiPath should be transferred to you guys in the form of my atomic videos. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And as always, just keep learning.